All right, Shalom. This is Har 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double line to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, so everybody see it. Talking about it, Beyonce's picture of her sitting on this red horse, and those that are in the spirit, we know that this is symbolic of the times that we're in right now, all right? Represents the red horse of Revelations. But hey, man, Beyonce's one of them occultic pagans. I'll just say that, man, just to sum it up. I think they believe on a Babylonian type of level, on the Syrian type vibe. Her and Jay-Z on that Sumerian type of Masonic masonry. But to pick it apart and all that, I'm not gonna do that right now because you never know what they really mean by all their occultic symbols. And just by looking at it, I can see she's dealing with something with her trying to be the tree of life and all that. You can see it in her sitting on the red horse. Now that's what I want to focus on, all right? And with the timing of it, and it's a Vogue British, all right? It says Beyonce turns up the heat. Now what it should really say is the red horse is turning up the heat, all right? And that's what I get from this, because the red horse is riding right now, all right? And they're turning up the heat, right? There's frog in the pot. They put the frog in the pot, and then after a while you turn up the heat. You cook them without them knowing it, and that's what they're doing. All right, and you got this whole situation called what they call them, damn Eastern Stars, the women, Masons, all kind of different secret societies they got. The Bohemian, the Boule Fraternity Society, which is set up to keep our people blinded. So these symbolisms, they're sending them out, so to other entertainers and other pagan leaders, man, that this is the move that they're making. Whoever the photographer was, or maybe it was her idea, but they know something biblically is tied into this picture, and she did it so it can cause controversy, most likely. All right. So let's get into a couple of scriptures that came to my mind when I saw this picture. All right. Matter of fact, let me see something real quick. All right. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to just do a lesson on it next. Yahweh Ratazah. It says Jeremiah 8:3, and death shall be chosen rather than life. All right, so our people are choosing death, man, choosing destruction, choosing the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. They're choosing wickedness instead of righteousness. All right, and death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith Yahweh of hosts. So even to this day, a lot of our people are stuck under that damn Babylonian and Assyrian witchcraft, man. You see she got the black outfit on. Nothing wrong wearing black, but, it's the mindset behind it. You know what I'm saying? And another scripture that came to my mind, I was thinking about the whore sitting upon the scarlet-colored beast. But even though we know the beast has 7 heads, 10 horns, but the horse is still a beast, and then you got her. So that's what this represents, man. Let's get this. Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red. All right. Now this is one of the four horses of what they call the apocalypse. Right, the end time. All right, and there went out another horse that was red, and that's basically the opposite of Yahushua. All right, this horse, this power deals with Esau. All right, red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. See that? So the Lord gave Esau the power to take peace from the earth. And that goes back to Esau's blessing from Isaac. That Esau is going to be a man of the field. He's going to rule with the sword. And Esau was born red. So these are their symbolisms. Even the Rothschilds, where Rothschild means what? Red shield. Right? So it says here, power was given to him. See, the Lord is giving them this power so they can take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. See, Esau is living out his blessing right now. They conquered us with the sword, and now this is the end of it. This is their last hurrah. So the Lord gonna let them go out with a bang. He's increasing Esau, like he increased the Pharaoh, like he increased those Canaanites, so that the Lord can show his power, man, against them. All right. But this is all prophecy. The red horse. Okay. Let's get this right here, because it goes into also the red dragon. Okay. It says Revelations 12:3, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head, man. All right, so that's what the EU, and also goes into NATO. All right, the red dragon represents the Roman Empire at this time in Revelations 12. But those same Edomites, they running, it changed in what you would call the EU, the European Union. And now today, the European Union represents the red dragon, all right, for Europe. Now, the red dragon is synonymous with this red horse, all right? It means the red horse, meaning they're moving in their power, all right? They're moving on the left-hand side. Let's say the horse, when it represents the horses, the power, all right? So the red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads, all right? So, and who was that? That goes into Herod. Matter of fact, and his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, all right, the children of Israel, and did cast them to the earth, right, and cast them to the earth through persecuting our people, and also through tricking the leaders of our people to follow after them and make deals with them. So they caused us to be cast to the ground. All right, brought low. And that happened during the Roman Empire. So that same dragon, that same red dragon is here today, ruling in these last days, but it's called the EU and NATO and America, all right? So now, so that goes into the beast. All right, this is Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, man. See that? So through America, you get the whore, right? Mystery Babylon, the mother of harlots, man. And that's what I think she's representing on this picture. All right, representing America right now. Even the Statue of Liberty, they said was originally a Jake. All right, was a woman with an afro, and they removed that and put that other statue up. All right, so it's no shocker for them to put up one of our people to represent their paganism, man. All right. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, man. And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So, so people like John, when he saw the vision of America, what it was to become today, he wondered after, like, oh wow, this is amazing. Like this vast and huge, abundant country. All right, but we know this is all a mirage. This place was set up to be destroyed. All right, a place of judgment. But it says this, and I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. See, the same 7 heads and 10 horns from the EU, the 10 horns, and you also get the NATO countries, all right? All of that together, you get that beast system, all right? But ultimately, NATO is the beast, that scarlet colored beast. And the word scarlet, all right, that word scarlet represents red, all right? So it says this, where was I? All right, I skipped it. Verse 4, it says, verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. So John the Revelator, he was carried away in the spirit. So he saw a vision of America in the desert. And that's what America is built on, the desert. All right. This land is just like Egypt. It was a dry place. You know, built upon the desert, man. You had some fruitful parts of it, though. But anyway, let me keep going. Stick to the point. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color. All right, so she was arrayed in purple, which represents royalty. And scarlet color, the word scarlet, it basically means red. All right, blood red, man, scarlet. And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. All right. So now let me get to the point. All right. So that's scarlet, that red. So we know that's synonymous with Esau. Right? Look at this real quick. Go to Genesis 25. It says this. Genesis 25 and 23. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. It's talking about Jacob and Esau. And today we represent Jacob, but also ultimately Yahushua represents Jacob. All right, the battle between Jacob and Esau in these last days. And we're battling through the spirit against the wickedness on the left-hand side, like Beyonce and them. They standing on the left-hand side, man, spiritually right now. But she's still an Israelite. All right, she's still a Jake, but she just sold out. You know. Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. Right, one is wicked and one is righteous. But our people became wicked, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the youngest. So it's set up for Esau to go into slavery in these last days, and Jacob to rule. All right. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, man. And that's spiritual, because the womb today is the earth, and the days for Israel to be delivered are being fulfilled, man. All right, in these last days, Jacob and Esau they're going to be here. And after that came out his brother, so like it in verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. All right, and the red represents the garments we would wear in the ancient time. They would take the red hairy garments that they would dye red with cherries or certain berries. All right, it would be like scarlet red, and that's what it's talking about there. Esau was born red like that. He had no pigmentation. He was a red baby. He wasn't naturally colored or brown. So, and the first came out out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, which means wasted away is he. All right. Let me get this real quick. 27. Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. Meaning they're gonna be a man of the field, and anything that they have on the earth, they're gonna own it. All right. Job 9:24, the earth or the field is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Verse 40, it says what? And by thy sword thou shalt thou live, man. And that's what Esau lived by, the sword. And what do you do with the sword? They have robbed, stolen, and killed with the sword. And shalt serve thy brother, all right? And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, right? All right, so, and the yoke that was placed upon Esau with King David was removed by Esau, and they established their own setup and their own king over themselves, all right? And they came out from under that yoke that King David and Solomon, they set up garrisons against Esau and brought him to a low condition. Let me just read it. All right, so 2 Kings 8. And matter of fact, let me get this first. All right, so here we go. This is 2 Samuel 8:6. Then King David put garrisons in Syria of Damascus, and the Syrians became servants to David and brought gifts, and Yahweh preserved David whithersoever he went. And he put garrisons in Edom. All right, so the Lord put garrisons or military bases in Edom, all right? Throughout all Edom put he garrison. So he basically put a yoke upon the neck of Esau, like cattle. That's what the yoke represents. All right, servitude. And all they of Edom became David's servants, and Yahweh preserved David whithersoever he went. All right. So now later on, let's get this real quick. So that's when that yoke was placed upon Edom, according to Genesis 27. But now when it was time for Esau to start coming up from under that yoke and to have the dominion, that's what they was fighting for, the dominion. They want to rule. When it was time for them to start ruling, this happened in 2 Kings chapter 8 and 16. It says, in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, the king of Israel, all right, the northern kingdom. So that was Joram. And he ruled around the 8th century BCE, all right, 849, I think, BCE. In 5 years, the 5th year would be 844 or 845, around that time. All right. It says, in Jehoshaphat, being then king of Judah. All right, so at that time, they made a deal. They had made a deal with Jehoshaphat in the 8th century, Edom. They got ran out of Edom by the Nabateans. All right, and Edom ran to the north, which was basically the borders of Judah, all right, the southern borders of Judah, and they stayed there, and our people took care of Edom, all right, later on. But they broke that covenant. They made a treaty with Israel, and they broke that covenant and revolted against us, all right. So they revolted also against the peace agreement that Jehoshaphat made with Edom. Because the Edomites actually fought by our side against the Syrians with King Jehoshaphat. All right. So around this time, it says this, 2 Kings 8. Where was that? Verse 16. And in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab was a wicked Israelite king on, the northern kingdom. Jehoshaphat being then king of Judah, Joram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign. So this was at the end of Jehoshaphat's rulership. All right. 32 years old was he when he began to reign. And he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of all the kings of Israel and did as did the house of Ahab. So there was into paganism, all right, following after the Syrians and Jezebel. For the daughter of Ahab was his wife. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord. I think that daughter was the daughter of Jezebel, the Syrian. Yet Yahweh would not destroy Judah for David his servant's sake, as he promised him to give him always a light and to his children. In his days, right, during this time period, around 845 or 844 BC, in his days Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made a king over themselves. You see that? So they made their own king and they revolted under the hand of Judah, and that's when they broke the yoke from off their neck. All right, and they sought to have the dominion. These red Edomites. So it's a lot that goes into this red horse with Beyonce, because they let you know that the red horse is riding right now. All right. Why is that? The dragon. See, the red horse is basically synonymous with the red dragon, or the red beast, or the red man, Edomites, Edom, or Esau. Revelations 12 and 11, and the sword represents their rulership and ultimately their demise. All right, when they go to touch the apple of the Lord's eye one more time, trying to get their blessing back. You know. Let me see. Revelations 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. See, the same dragon, right? It's going to be here in these last days to fight against the Lord, and they're going to lose, according to this chapter right here. All right, I'm going to read this verse. It says, and the great dragon, that red dragon, all right, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, the deceiver, and Satan, man, the adversary to righteousness, man. They fight against righteousness, you know, with shit like this, with this propaganda they're pushing. You got one of our people sitting on a red horse selling out for money, you know. So whether she did it on purpose or not, it's still, the timing of it is crazy, man. You know, the red horse making their move right now. Here you go, right here. So they're going to be cast out. He was cast out, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth. Excuse me. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So 2/3 of our people that's following after these devils, they're going to be cast out too. Their military, you know, and the nation, they'll eat them. All right, so let me get down to the point. Verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. So rejoice, the elect that are in the heavens, and the elect, and the angels in heaven, Yahushua, Yahweh, and also the men, women, and children upon the earth that are waiting for the Lord, that have their conversations in heaven. And their mind, their treasures are in heaven right now. So the Lord's saying we should rejoice, right? It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, man, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So they know they got a short time, and you know, and that's what they're doing right now. They're moving. They're using weather technology, with all deceivableness, man. You know, all kind of deception and famine, plagues, all, you know. So let me get this real quick, man. So the dragon, the red dragon, is making their move, and that ultimately goes into the red horse, ruling with the sword, bringing destruction, bringing wrath right now in these last days. So it says here, coming down with great wrath because he knows he only has but a short time. So Esau was blessed with that sword, spoken of in Revelation 6. I'm going to get it again. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, man. So Esau is going to deceive the whole world and lead the world into perdition, lead them into war. And ultimately, Esau is going to go into perdition. All right? Causing everybody to fight against each other. World War I, World War II, World War III. All these different wars. All right? It caused confusion upon the earth. So let me get this. I'm going to end it here. Psalm 17 and 14. Actually, from 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. All right, and we're praying that the Lord keeps us and focuses on us, and doesn't allow. And we pray that the Lord does not allow Esau to touch the apple of his eye, or who he's focusing on. It says, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. And who is that? Esau. Deuteronomy 28, the Lord is going to deliver us unto our enemies and slave ships. For the wicked, right, that oppress us. And what did they call them in slavery? Massa, which means oppressor. From the deadly enemies, see, deadly, who compass us about. They are enclosed in their own fat, so they're blinded by their own riches. And we see it, that they're enclosed, meaning they're shut off or blinded by their riches, man. With their mouth, they speak proudly. Say they speaking proudly, boasting, with stuff like this. The pictures of their next move, of the new world order that they're trying to set up. But in order to establish their new world order, or this new era, they want to destroy America, destroy the economy, destroy the dollar, destroy the people, depopulate. All right. Ultimately, they want to destroy Jacob. It says, from the wicked that oppress me, verse 10, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth, they speak proudly. What's that? Obadiah. Esau is a proud man. All right, they got all this propaganda. But at the end of the day, it's all vanity. That's what magazine this should have been on, the Vanity magazine. They have now compassed us in our steps, man. They surrounded us. They got us cornered. That's why we need the Lord to deliver us. And they're everywhere, man. Even amongst our people. All right. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, man. It's like an eagle or something that's up very high or proud, looking down to the earth, planning on making their next move. All right, to devour everything. They are like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, like I was saying, as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, in secret societies. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. So he said a great sword was given into the hand of this red rider upon this red horse. And that rider is Esau, man. And they're trying to rule one last hurrah with this, with the sword, which means any form of destruction. And they got a lot of ways to do it. Through famine, pestilence, the sword, entrapment, demonization. I said famine, I think. And plagues. It says from men. That's what it's talking about. The sword, they are what? They only men. From men, which are thy hands. So the Lord is controlling them. So when they make their move, it's really the Lord making his move. So there's nothing to fear if the Lord is on your side, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, in whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes, man. All right, so that's what this red horse represents, man. That same red dragon, that scarlet-colored beast, NATO, the EU, America, with the horse sitting upon the beast. But it's not the 7 heads and 10 horns. But still, you know. And I glimpsed over something that said this hairstyle she got represents some type of tree of life or something. So it's really a tree of darkness and death, dealing with them. All right, so those that are paying attention, we know that what time we're in. All right, the red horse is making their move. All right, Esau. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, man? With all these damn secret societies, part of their belief is to put the truth right in front of you, like a puzzle. All right, before they make their move. But ultimately, the Lord has our eyes open to see it, and the Lord is revealing them. This is the time for Esau to be revealed, the mystery of iniquity that's already at work. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Yep. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 62. Yea, in the spirit of the Almighty, which made all things. So the Lord made everything. He even made Esau. And searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth. So how are his hidden things sought up, man? It's the Lord revealing it to us and giving us eyes to see that the tricks that these devils are playing in their next moves. Surely he knoweth the inventions. So the Lord, it says what? So surely the Lord knoweth your inventions, right? The MOTB, everything they planning to do with the New World Order. So surely the Lord knoweth their inventions and what they think in their hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. See, they hiding it secretly, man. And people like Beyonce as well. All right, so it says right here, Vogue, the British version, I guess. Beyonce turns up the heat. Now, I really should say Britain. The UK is turning up the heat. Or the EU, or whatever you want to call it. Even though Britain has left the EU, according to Daniel chapter 2. All right, the Brexit. So they still trying to keep that power seat that they had. All right. So I'm at it there, man. What do I think about this? My opinion, spiritually, the red horse represents the red horse of Revelation chapter 6 and Esau making their move, coming down with great wrath and turning up the heat. All right. But the Lord going to extinguish all of it.